Hey everybody, it's Coach Colton here at Compass Martial Arts. I always tell people that the common thread that binds our students are goals. Okay, every successful student that we've ever had came in because either the student had a goal or the family had a goal for the student, and sometimes it's both. We have students of different age groups, of different ethnicities, there are different school districts, different backgrounds, different ages, you name it. But the one common thing that binds them all together is that they have goals. Okay. And goals are what we're all about here at Columbus Martial Arts. If you've been with us for any moment of time, you know that we love tackling goals, no matter how big, no matter how small. And I'll sometimes tell families if you just want to get into martial arts because it's fun, and Johnny saw the Red Power Ranger on TV, and you want him to do fun, and that's where it starts and ends. Don't even waste my time. Not to be rude, don't waste my time. Don't come in. We're not what you're looking for, because ultimately those types of students don't last. Okay. If it's just for fun, and as soon as the fun well dries up, you in martial arts, you're going to part ways. No harm, no foul there. You're going to go on to do something else that's fun. And when that thing stops being fun, you're going to quit that thing too. Right. And the reason I'm telling you about this is because I really care. Right. And parents, we have a job, we have a duty, whether you're a parent, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a coach, if you're a mentor to any piece of youth, you have to understand that youth are not 100% equipped to make the decisions that life asks of them. And so it's our job to help mentor and guide them so that when they don't make the wrong decision, and when they're old enough, they can make the right decisions. And with martial arts specifically, there's a couple of things that I want you to know. The first thing is that for there to be growth, you have to challenge yourself. There's a reason that when we have new students come in, we do an evaluation with that student. We're trying to figure out how focused is that student, how coordinated is that student, how confident is that student, because I want the class to challenge them. If it's too easy, they probably are going to get bored. They're not going to grow at all. It's not going to, push any of their buttons and make them develop new skills. If it's way too tough, then it's going to, scare the students, going to discourage them. They're going to think that they're not good. They're going to give up before the path has even started. So we have an evaluation process to make sure we get students in the right class. And sometimes we have an accelerated student, maybe I have a 7-year-old, and just because of his age, I can't put him with the 10-year-olds, but he's kicking so much butt. I've got to, move him into a tougher class. And we have our junior elite and leadership programs for those students to go and train in a tougher environment with, more challenges. We still make it very dynamic and very fun, but we're pushing them a lot further because, again, they need that stimulus to grow. And I'll have parents ask, hey, Johnny, did you like it? Hey, Susie, did you like it? Did you like it over there in elite? Did you like it over there in leadership? Did you have fun? And yes, fun is important to a degree, because it needs to be a little fun, or else, youth, they are going to, kind of quit and give up. But it's not supposed to be all sunshine and rainbows, because life's not all sunshine and rainbows. And if you let your students say, oh, I don't want to do it because it was difficult, I don't want to do it because it was tough, what you're really saying is it challenged me, right? It was tougher than I expected. They're not saying that they can't do it. They're telling you that it requires work, right? And life requires work. Any goal, academic, sports, music, art, family life, any important goal requires work. So parents, that's one thing I want you to be aware of, is if your student is being challenged, don't pull them back and go, oh, that was tough for you. Okay, you don't have to do it, right? Because you're teaching them that when things get tough in life, they don't have to do it. Okay, well, is applying to college going to be tough? Is getting your first job going to be tough? Is trying out for that team that you want to be a part of tough? Is asking that first person out on a date going to be tough? Yeah, you're going to have all of these awkward things that happen, and these tough things that happen that are going to be tough. And so we're trying to develop that sense of, I don't run away from tough challenges in life. I approach those tough challenges in life because I know on the other side that I'm going to be a better person, a better martial artist, a better leader, or a better whatever, because I took the challenge. I went through that tough time. I had to adapt and create new skills, and now I'm improved from it. So don't run away from the toughness, okay? Embrace the toughness a little bit. But also, we have the stripes and the belts and the uniforms and stuff as a positive reinforcement system, because we do want them to feel good when they do the right thing and they develop those challenges, and they grow. We want them to be able to see their progress and feel how we are proud of them in that moment. And I had something that happened recently. I heard the student, my go-to default kind of alias is Johnny, but in this case, Johnny is a newer student, misplaced his belt, does not know where his martial arts belt is for the life of him. And he's a white belt. He hasn't even gotten to his first promotion yet. He's a brand spanking new student. Mom says, you know what? I'm not going to buy you a new belt. You're going to have to go to class without your belt. All right. And I get it. Tough love, right? Sometimes we all need a little bit of tough love. And maybe you think, okay, after the first couple of classes, maybe Johnny finds his belt, or maybe mom buys the new belt. Johnny doesn't find his belt. Mom doesn't find the belt. Johnny keeps coming to class without the belt. What happens? No stripes, ineligible promotion, doesn't have any new challenges, doesn't adapt to any new skills, doesn't feel good when he goes to class and performs well. So what happens? He loses motivation, right? And I had to tell Miss Keena, give him the freaking belt for free, okay? This is the silliest thing ever for the student to not want to come to class. So what happened? The student lost motivation, told mom, I don't want to go to class anymore. Mom calling us saying, Johnny doesn't want to go to class, so I want to cancel the classes, right? All because we lost sight of the original thing, which was we had these goals, and how are we rewarding them when they do well in these goals? Well, we have these systems and processes in order. The same thing that happens when I have students, maybe they act up at school, maybe they don't turn in their homework, maybe they make a bad grade, they talk back, they do something wrong, they mess up, they make a mistake, like we all do. And the parent will say, hey, you messed up, so you do not get to go to martial arts class this week. Excuse me, you do not get to go to martial arts class this week. Okay? And I get it again. They do something wrong. You want to punish them. It's how it's been done since the beginning of time. You mess up, you get punished. That's kind of how life is. Of course, we try to motivate as much as we can, but we never fully lose the consequences or the punishment or the other side of the equation either. But when a parent starts, again, what's that common thread? It's the goals, okay? You came to us because you wanted Johnny or Susie to be more focused. You wanted them to be more confident. You wanted them to be more disciplined. You wanted them to get physical activity, right? And you're now depriving them of that activity, depriving them of that institution that's designed to help them with the skills that, because they're lacking those skills, they made the mistake in the first place. You told me you wanted Johnny to get more focused, but then he's not focused at school, forgets to do his homework, is not focused at school, he talks in class, gets in trouble, and now he's made that mistake, and now you're pulling him away from that thing that's designed to help him benefit. We can't do our job as your tag team partner and help that student when you're constantly taking them away from the thing that you've invested in their future for, right? And I'm sorry if I'm talking quickly, but I'm getting fired up here. All right, I'm fired up today because it's all of a sudden 70 degrees and it's humid outside after being super cold this past weekend. But recent events have fired me up because I care about my students. Okay, you cannot do that to those guys. It's defeating the purpose, right? It's like, okay, you want to get smarter, but you did something dumb, so I'm not going to send you to school. All right, you want to lose weight, but you ate too much cake, so I'm not going to send you to the gym. It's illogical, right? If you're trying to invest in an activity to benefit the child, you can't take them away from that activity. It creates a lack of consistency. It makes it so that we can't do our job and help coach and talk to you and talk to the student and come up with a game plan. That's what the martial arts program here at Columbus Martial Arts Academy is all about. It's about helping students reach their goals on the mats and off the mats. And before you ever stepped on the mat for your first lesson, you had goals that you wanted to achieve off the mat, at school, at home. And it doesn't happen overnight, okay? It's going to get tougher before it gets easier. They're going to make mistakes before they improve, right? If you want confidence, they're going to still talk with their head down low, not making eye contact for a while. They're not going to want to public speak. They're not going to hit the board very hard. They're going to do these things, and it takes time for them to develop those skills as they come to class and they participate in those challenges and they rise to the occasion, and they have the opportunity to rise to the occasion because you're not keeping them from class, right? So parents, I know knee-jerk reaction, you may want to keep Johnny, Susie home when they mess up. You might want to punish them by taking away martial arts because the class is fun to them, and you're used to grounding them and taking away electronics and certain privileges when they mess up. And I'm not saying don't do that, right? Because those things are different. You didn't invest in the TV or the Xbox or the whatever to improve their focus or their confidence. But martial arts class is different. And I hope that you see that. Okay. That's number one. Don't sever the connection there. If anything, you need to be on our Spark app. We don't send a lot of notifications. Make sure notifications are on. Communicate with us. Communicate, right? Let us know. Are they doing well at school or are they doing bad at school? Are they doing well at home or are they doing bad at home? Let us know the good, bad, and the ugly so that we can really have the best results. Communication is key with anything in life. Also, make sure your student is being challenged. If we just got finished with promotions, usually at testing, you start seeing students, whoa, this student's doing awesome. This student needs to be bumped up to junior elite or leadership. Some of you may have recently gotten junior elite leadership invitations to come try out. Or maybe you got one in the past and your student said, it's tough. I'm a little scared, I'm a little nervous about that. When you get that invitation, if you don't go for it right away, you can always approach us later and say, hey, I'm going to give it another shot. Give it another shot. Or if you just got it, give it a shot for the first time. Let them experience what it feels like to have to work, to have to rise to the occasion, to have to tackle those challenges head on. They're not adapted. When things are uncomfortable, what does a child do? When they fall on the concrete and they scrape their knee, what do? They run to their family. When they have a math problem they can't do, what do? They go to their teacher, they go to their mom and dad, tell me, how can I do this, right? The young students, we start as young as 3, right? We go up to 14. Even to our teenage groups, they're not 100% acclimated to dealing with challenges, right? So what are they going to do? It's going to knee-jerk reaction. I don't know what to do. I can't do this. Please help me. Don't make me do it, right? That's when it's our job as students, or excuse me, not students, as teachers, parents, coaches, as mentors, to help guide them and not pull them away from the challenges, right? Push them into those challenges, whether it's public speaking, board breaking, doing a new move, doing a tough exercise, right? We have to be able to tackle whatever type of challenge it is. And maybe we fail. That's okay too. Failure is part of life. I failed. My coaches have failed. I've some star students who have failed. We've all failed at one point, but we get back up. What's that saying from Rocky, right? It's not how hard you hit. It's how hard you get hit and you get back up and you keep going, right? It's so important. So sorry if this video is a little bit longer. Sorry if it's a bit of a rant, but parents, please, those are 2 golden nuggets. This is my 10th year teaching full time, okay? I've worked with thousands of kids. Those are 2 invaluable nuggets of information. Push them towards the challenging things in life. And when they mess up, don't take them away from martial arts. When you're spending your money, your time bringing them here, your time at home working with them on developing those skills. I hope you're having a great day out there. Hopefully the rain has calmed down a little bit. I want to see you guys back on the mat soon. Also, just recently dropped a video. We've got Parents Night Out and our summer camp up and coming. If you're interested in that, go check that out. It's on our app right now. See you guys soon. Bye, everyone.